considering moving to Texas and you're trying to decide if you want to reside in Dallas or San Antonio, if you want to know the differences, the cost of living, housing, the economy, crime, and everything else there is to know when making a choice where you'll be relocating to, then this video is absolutely for you, so stay tuned. My name is Richard SOTO, a local real estate broker right here in the state of Texas. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button as we do weekly videos talking all about living, working, and playing right here in the Lone Star State, as well as we tour some of the best real estate listings on the market today. In this video, we're going to discuss Dallas versus San Antonio, in which city is the best city right here in the Lone Star State. There's a lot of statistics when researching this video that actually surprised me quite a bit. So let's just get right into it, starting with probably the most important thing that most families consider when relocating to a new city or state, and that's going to be the cost of living. Okay, this category is going to be pretty straightforward. If you're wanting to save money, the only option is going to be San Antonio, mainly because everything in Dallas is going to cost more, whether it's transportation, housing and real estate, food, restaurants, healthcare, pretty much everything that you need on a day-to-day basis is definitely going to cost more in Dallas. As a matter of fact, it's going to be about 13 to 14% higher than it would be in San Antonio. So if saving money is a priority with you and your family, then this particular category is definitely going to be going to San Antonio, because the cost of living in San Antonio is going to be significantly less, especially when we discuss the housing options. The median listing home price in San Antonio was $305,000 in October 2022, trending up 8.9 year over year. The median list price per square foot was around $169. So that's not bad. You can still get a lot of home for the money right here in San Antonio. However, in Dallas, the median list home price was around $460,000, which is significantly higher than San Antonio, trending up 15.3% year over year. The median listing home price per square foot was $247. As you can see by the stats, the housing in Dallas is going to be significantly more than it is in San Antonio. And typically, the biggest expense that an individual or family will have is going to be the housing. So housing is definitely going to be much better, or at least a lot less, if you reside in San Antonio. Now, let's move on to our next category, which is going to be crime. For myself, it's probably the most important thing to me and my family when choosing a neighborhood, city, state to live in. One of the very first things that I'm going to look at is going to be the crime statistics. I want my son to be able to run across the street to the neighborhood park, have a good time, shoot some hoops, get on the swing without me having to peek through the blinds every 2 minutes to make sure that he's okay and there's no issues happening. So crime is going to be a very important category to me and my kids. Now, according to Best Places, both Dallas and San Antonio have violent crimes of 37 on their scale of 1 to 100. While property crimes are 50.7 in Dallas, in San Antonio, property crimes are 72.4. That is a huge difference, okay? So I go out of town a lot for business, whether it's driving across the Lone Star State to our different VIP Realty offices, or when I travel into California. We just opened up our branch in California. So I travel quite a bit and I'm away from home. I would feel a lot safer having my residence in Dallas in comparison to San Antonio. At the very least, I would have to get cameras throughout my home to feel safe and secure, because the property crime rate in San Antonio is significantly higher than Dallas, and I'm pretty sure it's much higher than the national average. So that particular category in regards to crime is definitely going to go to Dallas. Okay, moving on to the third item that I would take into consideration, and that's the economy. I need to move to a city where I can scale my business or climb that corporate ladder as quickly as possible because I have two young boys that cost me a whole lot of money to feed on a weekly, daily basis. Never mind the school fees, the clothing that they need. College is coming up. So I need to be in a city that's going to provide me with a significant income, not for myself, but so I can provide for my kids. And this stat actually really surprised me. I actually had to read it numerous times because I just couldn't get it through my brain. And that's that the household income in Dallas is 5% less than it is in San Antonio, and is 22% below the national average, and that's according to bestplaces.net. The San Antonio unemployment rate is around 6.6%, while the Dallas unemployment rate is around 7.4%. To be quite honest with you, that stat, I still have a hard time believing it, okay? I don't know. I just feel like the city of Dallas is vibrant, it's growing tremendously. Huge corporations are in Dallas. The massive downtown Dallas skyline, to me, just signifies power, success, a strong economy. So it was pretty hard for me to believe that stat. However, I'm sure bestplaces.net did their research properly. And as I like to say, numbers don't lie. So that's just the way it is. So in regards to the economy, it's looking like San Antonio might have the edge over Dallas. Now let's cover some specific industries that each city has if you're looking for employment when relocating to either Dallas or San Antonio. In San Antonio, the major industries are going to be aerospace, bioscience, cybersecurity, financial services, manufacturing, and technology. The military is huge in San Antonio as well. In the Dallas area, the top industries are going to be technology, financial services, and defense. So in either city, you're going to be able to find employment. You're going to be able to scale your business. There are so many people relocating not only to Dallas and San Antonio, but throughout the state of Texas. Our economy is very strong, especially when you compare it to other major cities throughout the U.S. We're very blessed and fortunate to live, reside, and call Texas home. So let's move on to our next topic, and that's going to be things to do. I don't want to move to a state or a city where I'm just going to be sitting at home, staring at the wall and have nothing to do. So let's get right into it and compare the two different cities. In San Antonio, without question, San Antonio has more visitors and tourists than any other city in the state of Texas. So there's going to be a ton of things to do in San Antonio. San Antonio is probably the most recognized tourist town in Texas. San Antonio is a unique blend of historic landmarks such as the Alamo, world-class dining and hotels along the Riverwalk, and modern attractions such as Six Flags Fiesta Texas, SeaWorld San Antonio, with plenty to do and see. San Antonio is a favorite with visitors every month of the year. So there's a lot to do in San Antonio pretty much on a daily basis, and Dallas is no different. There's huge attractions, whether it's Six Flags, SeaWorld, there's the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, if you want to take in a sporting event. So there's a ton of lakes nearby right here in the Dallas area as well. So it's pretty much going to be a tie. There's plenty to do in pretty much every major city in the state of Texas, especially when you're talking about San Antonio and Dallas. Okay, let's move on to traffic. And both cities are going to have a ton of traffic It doesn't matter the time of day. Both cities are growing rapidly and are some of the fastest growing major cities in the United States. So traffic is definitely going to be an issue. You add construction into that and it becomes a nightmare. The biggest differences are, however, I reside in Dallas. I have an office in San Antonio. I'm there a lot. So I have driven up and down 35 north and south hundreds and hundreds of times and throughout both cities. What I can tell you, in Dallas, the drivers are very aggressive and they have places to be and they are in a hurry. And if you get in the way, you just might get ran over. Now, San Antonio is totally the opposite. I feel like everybody in San Antonio drives slow. They're not in a hurry, and they're going to get there when they get there. So total different styles of driving between Dallas and San Antonio. And to be quite honest with you, I'm in a hurry. I got places to be. I have things to do. And when I'm in San Antonio, it just drives me crazy, especially when drivers are on the far left-hand lane, AKA the passing lane, AKA the hammer lane. It drives me crazy. Get out the right-hand lane and just merge over to the far right-hand side, and you can take your sweet little time. However, both cities, ton of traffic, congested, construction, definitely going to take you an additional 15 to 30 minutes to get to wherever it is that you're going. So I'm going to consider this a tie between Dallas and San Antonio. Okay, moving on to the next item, and that's going to be weather. And what can I tell you? The only thing I dislike about living in the state of Texas, the best state in the United States, is the weather. I cannot stand the heat during the summer. And let me tell you, it is hot no matter where you are in the state of Texas. It's 100 degrees plus in Dallas. It's 100 degrees plus in San Antonio. I feel like the humidity in San Antonio is a little bit worse. It's not like it's that much worse because no matter what, I am sweating profusely during the summertime and it's awful. It's a terrible time of the year, guys. So if you're relocating to the state of Texas, July and August, get ready to pull out your white tees, some tank tops, some shorts, and call it a day, because I don't know how people dress up in suits and button downs when I'm at my office building. I get hot just looking at them. Jeez almighty, it is brutally hot right here in the state of Texas. The other difference is in Dallas, I feel there's definitely more hail and tornado, ice storms right here in Dallas. So, guys, the weather's just going to be brutal. It's mainly about July and August. It's mainly about the heat. I think San Antonio is a little bit more humid. However, more hailstorms, tornadoes on a rare occasion here in the Dallas area. So this particular category is pretty much going to be a draw. Okay, moving on to professional and college sports. And this is not even going to be close. In San Antonio, we have the San Antonio Spurs, which is a great NBA team. However, in Dallas, we pretty much have it covered in every sport, whether it's the NBA, Dallas Mavericks, NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, which probably 99% of San Antonio are Dallas Cowboys fans because we don't have a team in San Antonio. So NFL, MLB, we have the Texas Rangers. NHL, we have the Dallas Stars. The WNBA, I believe we have professional soccer here as well. I'm not a soccer fan by any means, but I do believe we do have some professional soccer teams. We have the G League here as well. We have a ton of colleges right here in the Dallas area where if you're a sports fanatic like myself, you can pretty much go catch a great game any day of the week. Not only that, we have some of the best youth sports in the country. There's no comparison. Some of the best athletes in the world, whether it's in high school football, basketball, track, baseball, whatever it is, Texas, especially right here in Dallas, has some of the best high school athletes in the world. So this category isn't even going to be close. In regards to sports, Dallas is going to win hands down. Okay, let's move on to the next category, which is going to be public transportation. And no, we do not have the public transportation of New York or Chicago. Our transportation, or our public transportation in the state of Texas, is sorely lacking. However, the DART system in Dallas is definitely much better than the public transportation in San Antonio. Saying that, guys, if you're moving to the state of Texas, or at least to a major city, you're going to need a vehicle. It is almost impossible to get around town if you don't have your own vehicle. I've done numerous videos where people in the comments have tried to tell me that it's very easy and doable to take public transportation. And I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. Texas is extremely spread out. San Antonio and Dallas, whether you're going to the grocery store, to drop off your kids for school, to a sporting event, you're going to be driving pretty much 15 to 30 minutes to each and every destination. I don't know how someone who, especially with kids, could use public transportation on a daily basis. If they do, I applaud them. For me, though, it's almost impossible. So the public transportation in the state of Texas is definitely not the best. However, we're comparing Dallas versus San Antonio, and it's not even close. Dallas wins this category going away. Okay, moving on to the next category. And as I stated earlier, I travel a lot for work and for vacation, guys. I do like to take some time off from being a real estate broker. And in regards to the two airports, again, it's not even close. The San Antonio airport is very small. I know the city plans on expanding it. However, the DFW International Airport is massive. There's flights going from Dallas to all over the world. You can get great rates if you book your airline ticket ahead of time. So as far as just flights and options, the DFW International Airport is going to be much bigger, have better options in regards to flights, just more things to do in the airport. It's much nicer, it's much larger, and if you don't want to deal with the hustle and bustle of the Dallas International Airport, we also have the Dallas Love Field, which is a much smaller airport closer to downtown Dallas. So that's another option for an airport in the city of Dallas. So in regards to flights and travel, Dallas wins hands down as well. Okay, now let's just cover the vibe of both cities. And the vibe could not be any different. So this is really going to be how you decide which city you're going to choose. Really is going to depend on your lifestyle. Both cities are going to offer a great economy. The majority of the areas are going to be safe and secure. There's going to be great schools in both cities. Saying that, I didn't add this on the category. However, I'm pretty sure, pretty darn certain, probably 98% sure that the public schools as a whole in the Dallas area, especially the suburbs, are going to provide a much better public education than San Antonio. I could be wrong. However, I'm pretty sure that the public education in North Texas is definitely going to be much better. But to get back on topic in regards to the vibe, Dallas is more of an on-the-go city. It's a modern city. People have places to go, things to do. San Antonio, when I visit, and I actually lived there for a while as well, it's a much slower pace. And I'm not saying that's good or bad. It really depends on your lifestyle and where you're at in life. Right now, I'm on the go. I'm growing our office. I'm growing our brokerage, our team. We're expanding. I like that energy that Dallas provides, that go, 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 go mentality. Maybe in a couple of years, I'll be ready to slow it down, take it easy, go at a slower pace, kind of like a Sunday driver on the highway on a Monday evening. I like that both cities are totally different. It makes it an easy decision when we're talking to our clients in regards to if they're trying to choose between Dallas and San Antonio. A lot of times it just doesn't come down to the housing options or the economy or the schools. Pretty much when you drive in or fly into Dallas, you're gonna feel one vibe. When we get into the San Antonio area, it's going to be a total different vibe. And I can assure you there is no comparison in the two vibes. They're both great, just depending on where you're at in life. So to me, that's just the biggest differences in the cities is really the vibe. They both have a lot to offer. There's a lot of things to do in both cities. As I stated earlier, we're so blessed to live here in the Lone Star State. The economy is great. You can find a job in whichever major city you are right here in Texas. The people in the state of Texas are extremely friendly. San Antonio has super nice people. So does Dallas. I am told that more people are nicer and kinder and willing to help in San Antonio when you compare it to Dallas. It could be true. I don't know. I really enjoy the people right here in the state of Texas, whether I'm in Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth. The people in Texas are so friendly, so helpful. When I go to other parts of the country, I assure you the people aren't smiling, aren't chipper, aren't walking with a pep in their step, and they sure as heck ain't trying to take time out of their day to help you or assist you with anything. So huge difference when you live right here in Texas. Those are some of the categories between Dallas and San Antonio. They're both great cities to live in. However, if I had to choose, honestly, for me personally, and it's hard to say because, again, we have offices in every major city in the state of Texas. In every city, I like something a little bit different than the others have to offer. But for me personally and for my kids with our lifestyle, what we enjoy doing, I would choose Dallas personally. However, I do have family, friends that live and reside in San Antonio, and they absolutely love it, and they would never choose Dallas over San Antonio. That's the great thing about living right here in Texas. You're going to have a ton of different options depending on what you're looking for when you relocate to the state of Texas. If you're considering moving to San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Midland, my team and I would love to assist you with your next real estate transaction. And as always, I'll see you on the next video.